KREM 2 News at Noon begins now.
It does say my client punched him in the face. Well, you know what? Sometimes during the course of duty, that has to happen to gain compliance.
Right now in KREM 2 News at Noon, a former Spokane County sergeant accused of beating a man appeared in court for the first time. We have the very latest from the courtroom.
And after yesterday's incredibly strong winds and dust storms, today far calmer, but much cooler for this afternoon.
I would suggest to get out. It's best to be safe.
Plus, the very latest from the Gulf Coast as the storm continues to strengthen. Hi, everyone. It is so good to see you. Welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and we begin this noon hour by taking a live look outside right now. Things seem a whole lot calmer outside compared to yesterday's windstorm. Today, the sun popping out over downtown Spokane as people all across the region are enjoying a little bit of the calmer weather and continuing to clean up. Yes, just a mess yesterday. Many of you sent us photos and video of the storm, including this one. This is from a viewer in Moscow. You can see, if we take a moment here, in a minute you'll see a trampoline and some garbage cans just blowing across the street. It just hit so hard and so fast. There are still several power outages around the region, but before we get to that, let's turn to meteorologist Thomas Patrick for our current conditions. And Thomas, it was a really sort of strange, spooky afternoon, and then this morning it's just all sort of glitter and sunshine.
Yeah, the worst is definitely behind us, Laura, but yesterday was probably by far and away one of our most impactful weather days so far of 2024. We had severe thunderstorm warnings, which is the images that you just saw previously, and we had dust storms that were most prevalent on the Palouse with near zero visibility, with this rack of thunderstorms that pushed those wind speeds upwards of those 50 miles per hour, got them close to about 70. So I'm going to pause the loop here because all these icons that you see are actually storm reports from yesterday. Those blue ones are the wind speed reports of the highest. We got 61 miles per hour in Spokane. Many of these also wind damage and dust storm reports, but the worst was on the Palouse. You see all of these gray icons here. Those are the dust storms that were reported between Pullman and Moscow, and the winds were most severe in this region, which got close to 70 miles per hour. But obviously that was about 18 hours ago at this point, and that cold front has almost cleared the entire state of Montana at this point. So we have just all clear skies, but obviously much cooler as a result of that very powerful cold front. Right now it is 60 degrees, which is more than 20 degrees colder as of the noon hour than it was 24 hours ago. So it looks like our high temperatures may only end up in the 60s today compared to yesterday and the last 2 days where it was in the 80s.
All right, 12:03 right now. Power companies are still scrambling to get the lights back on for everyone. So let's take a look at Idaho. This is the Northern Lights outage map. Right now, over 12,000 customers are still without power. They serve over 23,000 people, so just over half of their customer base is being impacted by this. And taking a look at Inland Power and Light's outage map, as you can see on your screen, just under 2,000 customers are without power at this noon hour, and we're continually monitoring it as it changes. Taking a look at Avista's power map, you might be able to see that just under 1,000 people are without power. Last night, there were 25,000 people without power at one point. So we'll keep you updated as the power companies work to restore power. We have all that posted on KREM.com. All right, today you may be seeing branches and pine needles down all over the roads. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones has a look at some areas that are still feeling the impact.
Well, yeah, this was actually one of those problem areas because of the storm yesterday. I'm at the corner of Wellesley and North Alberta, and this light here right behind me, it was functioning as a four-way stop sign instead of a functioning traffic signal, but that's no longer the case. Things are back up and running. Actually, earlier this morning, we saw the last few Avista trucks pull off of the scene as they were restoring power in the area. But if you take a look at your screens, we do have some video from that situation last night. I drove through here last night as well. We had a crew here covering the situation. But with more than 30,000 people left without power because of the wind and dust storm, this wasn't the only location that felt the impacts. Today, efforts to restore power across the region will continue. Again, we saw some of those efforts earlier today. But as for here in North Spokane, one person we spoke with described what she was dealing with last night.
Usually we don't lose power, maybe for an hour, hour and a half maybe, but now it's been out for hours.
So one man we spoke with earlier in the day told us that, of course, his power was impacted as well, but as of 1:30 a.m., that's when he said his power was able to flick back on. So hopefully, as the day continues to progress and by this afternoon, all of that power is back up and running once again. But for now, reporting here in North Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
A wildfire burning near Danville is prompting level 2 and 3 evacuations. The Ferry County Sheriff's Office says level 3, which is go now evacuations, are in effect for the 4th of July Creek Road area. Level 2, which is a get set evacuation, those are in place for areas in Big Goosemas Road and west of Highway 21. The Sheriff's Office estimates that the fire has burned at least 1,000 acres. WashDOT opened a previously closed section of that highway to help with evacuations. And the storm's high winds fanned the flames of multiple brush fires all across the region, and that includes one on Spokane South Hill. A brush fire broke out on Southeast Boulevard near the Spokane Transit Park and Go. Crews say there were reports of a power line that was sparking against tree branches. Spokane Fire says it quickly spread due to those strong winds and dry vegetation. Now, KREM 2 caught the moment that some folks in that area can be seen stomping out the flames as the fire continued to spread. We spoke to some of those people as firefighters arrived.
It moved fast. 1 second it was right here. We turned around to put this out, turn around, and it's over here on these trees. We're like,
yeah, so
whoa.
Right now, the road is back open as fire crews continue their cleanup efforts. All right, so let's talk about the East Coast, taking a live look at Fort Myers in Florida. As Hurricane Helene is expected to make landfall tonight, the latest reports are coming in, and we have those in 2 minutes.